Hi, I'm Jim Kellett. In today's video, I'll talk with my friend Jen about living in a beach town in Mexico. She'll give us a tour of her 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom beach home where she spends about $800 per month for rent, and she supplements her income by renting a room out on Airbnb. Jen will also give us a tour of her neighborhood where she enjoys an active lifestyle, living just a short walk from a great surfing beach. So this is your house. Does it have a name?
Welcome. Well, on Airbnb, I call it a Casa Simplicity because when I first moved in, this place was completely like blank. So I was like little by little, trying to kind of piece together how I would like, get a little bit of rental income to kind of help me out with the rent and stuff.
All right, let's check it out. Nice.
Exactly.
We've got a nice garden here.
So yeah, welcome to the garden. This has been, like a year, almost 2-year project of plants and greenery and yeah. This one and this one are both papayas that came out of my compost.
Wow. Where are we at? Give me a tour.
Welcome to my house. So this is my house here in Punta de Mita. I'll show you around a little bit.
And tell me the price again.
Originally, I started paying 10,000 pesos. My rent goes up 5% every year, and I had to really heavily negotiate that because the owners originally wanted 15,000 pesos a month. Like that's actually a good price for Punta de Mita for long-term rental for a 2-bedroom. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's not fancy. It's pretty basic. It came completely unfurnished. Like if we're talking about like US dollars, monthly cost of just this house and maintenance and everything, 800 to 1,000 US, just with all of it is to run the house. So there's the rent, but then there's also furnishings, like I have to buy a new AC unit. So that kind of stuff, and that's kind of all on me. So a lot of the things that I have, I've built or had built or I've done myself. So I'm not responsible for what you may see in here.
All right. Oh, it's a big bathroom.
So the other reason why this house is magical is I have a tub. Really, really rare in Mexico. It's super rare. And it's also like a lot of typical Mexican bathrooms. You don't have like a vanity or a cabinet or that kind of stuff. So that's all stuff that you kind of have to sort out.
And then tell me about this room again.
So this room I rent on Airbnb under Casa Simplicity, and I generally rent like short term, like 1 to 2 weeks or a weekend. So I've got some closet space. Of course, it also comes with your own private bathroom as well as private bedroom. And I think the price that I have on there right now is 600 pesos a night on Airbnb.
And so it's Casa Simplicity, Punta de Mita.
Casa Simplicity in Punta de Mita.
There we go. So another full bathroom.
Yeah,
The shower.
This is the guest bathroom. The shower.
Cool.
So there is a bus system from Punta de Mita to Puerto Vallarta. The buses actually run every like 10, 15 minutes or so, and they run all day. They usually start really early in the morning and they go till about 9 or 10 at night. That's kind of the most reliable service if you don't have a car. There are services like InDriver and Uber. If you're coming here from Puerto Vallarta, you can definitely get like a much better price. There's options. The other option is to have a car.
And how do you get around town?
I usually walk. Yeah, I mean, it's super, super close. To walk from this end of town to the other end of town is 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Like I broke my toe a little while ago, so maybe it takes me 20 minutes now, But you can also bike. I have a little bike in my living room, just a little cruiser. This is actually when I first came to Mita. I literally landed about a block away from my current house right now. So Punta de Mita itself in the town, there are 2 surf breaks right in town. So for me, for example, we were at Stinky's. It's 200 meters from my house. So I can literally throw my longboard on my head and like walk down there. And if I don't like Stinky's, I can just paddle over to Anclote, which is the other surf break in town. So there's 2 in town, and then there's several surf breaks around that are really, really close. We're at Stinky's. We're at Stinky's Beach.
What's this break like?
Well, it's usually pretty chill. It's a really great beginner spot. It can, every once in a while, get pretty big. I've seen it actually barrel. It happens. But usually it's pretty small, it's pretty mellow. Even when it is a little bit bigger, it's a pretty mellow break. It's a pretty slow wave. So it's a really great spot. And we're also in front of Stinky Surf School.
Stinky Surf School, all right.
My buddy's here.
Yeah. Waiting for a big wave.
So when I first landed here about 8 years ago, I spoke no Spanish, but I really wanted to learn. And I did that by speaking with a lot of local people. And so I personally have a lot of friends and like people I consider my family and who live here or live in the surrounding area. And the other thing I was gonna say about language, I think that's really important. If you're gonna live in a place, I think it's important to learn and understand the language, because language and culture and how we perceive, how we think, how we see the world is all tied together. So it's actually more than just communication. It's actually being able to start to see how someone who grew up in Mexico might see, feel, think. It's a lot easier to like understand things, not just from a language perspective, but from a cultural understanding of why things are the way we are. And I think that that helps to actually bridge the gap of a lot of things that can happen with, you know, when you're living in a different place.
Look at that.
Muchas gracias.
How is it? And who do we have here? My favorite Desiree. In the morning, she works at the coffee shop.
Sí.
On the weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are here. What's this place?
Casa de Pintor. Oh yeah, so this place, you kind of have to check it out because the owner, his name is Roby, hence Roby, Mexico. So he's an artist, which is why it's called Casa de Pintor. He's a painter, but he's also an artist. So he's actually, I think he's an architect originally. So he knows a lot about construction and design. So he's basically kind of taken his house and turned it into like art, right? So, you know, this is what it looks like on the outside. Imagine what it looks like on the inside.
Yeah.
Punta de Mita is kind of a strange and awesome place. One of the reasons why I came here was I really wanted to be somewhere where it was like nature. I wanted to be close to surf, but I also wanted to be somewhere really quiet where things are pretty mellow and calm. And I would say Punta de Mita is pretty low-key, quiet, chill, a place where you can really come to kind of like unwind. And you know, if you want like action and party and like social, all of that is accessible fairly close too. So there's things that I absolutely love about Mexico. There's things that drive me absolutely batty. But when I think about like in those moments of like frustration of like, okay, like where do I actually want to live? Punta de Mita is, you know, it's where I belong. It's like my home.
If you want to know more about the cost of living in Mexico and around the world, check out my cost of living guides and lifestyle profiles. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so that you'll be notified when new videos are posted.